But big breaking news in the other association, that would be the NBA, on this Wednesday morning. LeBron James is signing once again with the LA Lakers, a 2-year deal worth the maximum amount of $104 million to remain in LA. He opted out earlier this summer and this offseason, but all expectations, Donnie, is that LeBron James would remain in Los Angeles. He does. 2-year deal, $104 million. However, there was a thought that maybe LeBron James would take a reduced amount so the Lakers could booster up the roster and sign some other players to help them make a true run toward contention. Did not do that, which is not necessarily a great sign for the Lakers that they were in the running for any of the available free agents still standing.
It's pretty, and it's wild because we'll get to that thought process in a second, but just the fact that, like, LeBron is a great teammate to have because it's not just a ball-centric guy that says, I'm just going to clog it up. Remember Carmelo Anthony, the problem was, like, yeah, he's a great scorer, but nobody wants to play with the guy because he just backs people down for 15 seconds and shoots a fadeaway and says, that's the best offense that we have. That's what we're going to do. Like, LeBron does it all. A lot of assists here. He can play point guard at times. It's always just a wonder. Like, I understand the Miami Heat had the big three, and it worked out in spades down there in Miami. But the fact of the matter is, you just can't find that third person to go along with LeBron James. And also, yes, the point bringing up where, okay, we knew he was going to opt out of his contract. The only thing that would have thrown things into a loop, right, if Bronny James didn't get drafted by the Lakers and he got angry that he was told that was going to happen, he opts out and he leaves, that was going to be a far-fetched answer to the situation. But we always thought LeBron James was going to be there. But the fact of the matter, he said, look, I'm going to opt out, obviously, because I want to opt back in, but I'm willing to take a discount. If you guys bring to the table a player that I really believe is going to help me in a quest for another championship, I'll take as much as $20 million less in order for that to happen. They didn't wait long here in free agency to close this deal and give him the max contract extension, which means they're not going to get the benefit. Now, granted, there's some, exception contracts you can have and veteran exceptions. We get all that. But this was supposed to be on top of that. I'm willing to forego salary to bring in another player. The fact that we see that maximum deal, there is no star player coming along again. So you get what you get, I guess, out there in Los Angeles.
And just to be clear, we're not faulting LeBron James for taking the money that he rightfully deserves, that 2-year, $104 million max contract. It's just a sign of the times that the free agency pool is not all that deep or talented this year. And really, after Klay Thompson made his way to Dallas, signing that 3-year deal worth $50 million with the Mavs in the 3-team sign and trade, that was about it. Klay's father, Michael Thompson, of course, a historic Los Angeles Laker who shared yesterday on Sirius XM. He was disappointed, tried to lure his son to Southern California. Instead, he goes to Dallas. But yesterday, a big day for the Lakers organization as well. It was announced that Bronny James has signed a multi-year guaranteed contract with the LA Lakers. So he's not going to start in the G League. As we anticipated, he will be a member of the LA Lakers roster from day number one. His introductory press conference yesterday, a couple of the best quotes. J.J. Redick, new head coach in Los Angeles, LeBron's former podcast co-host. Bronny has earned this through hard work. There's a lot to like about his game. Okay, that's fine, JJ. I actually do believe in that. Bronny, quote, I never really had a thought about me going to play with my dad, end quote. I'm sure you've seen the memes on social media of a young LeBron James. It's the lying face meme where he just says outlandish things that could never have been true. Apparently it runs in the family.
Exactly. And you can just tell by the press conference that the things that the coaches are saying, J.J. Redick, and also the players themselves, Bronny James, they don't believe anything of what they're trying to tell you. Because the fact that you had to lead a press conference by saying, let me get this straight, essentially, Bronny deserves this, that means you don't actually think he deserved it, and we all know what the picture is. Now, granted, he's a great basketball player. Very few people can be McDonald's All-Americans, even though his father did place him on the McDonald's All-American team. Very few people can go to USC, which his dad made him go there to stay close to home. Very few people can make the NBA and play for the Los Angeles Lakers because their dad plays for him and said, you better draft my son right here. And very few players that are in the second round demand full contracts that are just in the NBA and not two-way contracts because their name is Bronny James. But having said all of those points together, he did earn his way here in the NBA.
Yeah, that was very good veiled sarcasm that I do not think was all that veiled. There is a Bronny James specials category on the FanDuel Sportsbook, including what is my favorite bet of the year, Bronny James' first assist in the 2024-25 regular season to be scored by his father, LeBron James. Some excellent social media conjecture, though, after Bronny James was drafted 55th overall on Thursday, like people finding out that LeBron James is now sleeping with one of his teammates' mothers. That is a great one, I shall say. Elsewhere around the NBA yesterday in free agency, the Warriors looking to fill a couple of spots on the roster after the departure of Klay Thompson. They get slow-mo Kyle Anderson. They are in a pursuit of Buddy Hield, who spent most of last year in Philadelphia. The Magic extend Jonathan Isaac. They re-sign Mo Wagner. The Pacers add James Wiseman. It's been a very tumultuous young NBA career for Wiseman, from Golden State to Detroit, now to Indiana. And the Celtics bring back the X-Man, Xavier Tillman Sr., a key component of that championship-winning roster.
Yeah, and you take a look at those names. They're not obviously superstar names, multi-time all-star names, but these are the guys that are going to help you win championships by filling out the rest of your roster. I'm sure we'll get some pretty interesting sign and trade type of deals here falling down the pike in the NBA, but I think those fireworks are gone, and maybe like a DeMar Rosen to see where he goes next. But I am interested to see how the Warriors in that post-Splash Brothers era, Draymond Green getting older now, Steph Curry getting older now, we'll see what they have. But I do find it interesting that Draymond Green goes on the podcast and basically says, like, man, Paul George was ours, except the Clippers just didn't want him to go here, so he went to the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, there is some truth to that argument, but shout out to Clippers that are like, you know what? We could add extra draft picks, but we're not just sending somebody to our rival here. We'd rather let him go for free to Philadelphia than actually help the Warriors. I love the gamesmanship that's still alive out there in the West Coast. I love that.
Yeah, rivals, the Dubs are 16-1 in the Western Conference, and the Clips are 30-1. Deep in a pursuit of that Western Conference crown. Some big NBA free agency news on this Wednesday morning in the NBA, so we are glad to have our coach, James Young, JY, here for a consecutive segment in a row. JY, the big news, of course, in the last hour. LeBron James has signed a 2-year max extension worth $104 million. It includes a player option and a no-trade clause. What a week it has been for the James family. Bronny James, drafted 55th overall by the Lakers in the second round last Thursday, signs a multi-year guaranteed contract. He will open up his NBA career on the Lakers roster, and his dad will be there as well. What was your reaction to LeBron James signing that max deal?
Number one, not shocked, because obviously they talked about maybe LeBron taking less money to maybe get a Klay Thompson or something like that. I don't think DeMar DeRozan, who there was talk a little bit about the Lakers, I don't think he moved the needle enough. I don't even know if DeMar was going to come to the Lakers, to be honest with you. So to me, get that bag. And you know what? I don't know if we want to call them the James gang. I don't know if we want to call them the Los Angeles LeBrons. It don't matter. It's LeBron's world. And everyone else on the Lakers is living in it through him. So he got his bag. I don't even think, Ben, I mean, did he really need a no-trade clause? I mean, they got to go to him anyway if they want to trade him. So even if he did get it, he didn't need it. His son gets, a multi-year deal to be on a roster. He's got his coach, J.J. Redick. Now it's about, can the Lakers stay healthy? Can the Lakers stay healthy again this year? Because they actually were healthy a little, at least with LeBron and AD. Can AD bring it every night? Can Dalton Connect make shots, right? Can Rui Hachimura be the Rui Hachimura we saw in the 2022 playoffs and not the Rui Hachimura last year? What happened to D'Lo? Ben, even with LeBron back in the fold, there's still a lot of questions about how this Lakers team's going to work. And really, are they even a top 5 team in the Western Conference?
Yeah, that's what we're going to have to find out. And also, when you're taking a look at LeBron James here, one of the great business acumens, forget about what he's done off the court, but to have the ability to be such a great player and say, I'm going to take these short-term deals to hold my ownership group accountable. And if it doesn't go my direction here, I can always opt out, because this is a 2-year deal, but the opt-out is the player's opt-out after year number 1. Now, granted, he is getting up there in years, but let me ask you this, Coach. When we look at this contract being signed, LeBron James has the right to make as much money as he wants because he is box office. He makes makes money for the Lakers here. But answer me this question. We were led to believe that he was willing to take that pay cut of up to $20 million if it meant that they were going to bring in some outside talent. The Lakers, as you just pointed out, they don't have enough to get over the hump in the Western Conference. Are we out now making more moves for the Lakers? Did LeBron realize that nobody was coming and I might as well just get my money right now and not worry about it?
I think he looked at it that maybe the money isn't going to be there in regards to signing a mid-level exception free agent, and maybe the signing trades aren't there. He's just banking on these guys just playing better. And I think at the end of the day, Donnie, he had nothing else to go on. Like, they're kind of hamstrung. They have two guys making a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, by the way, LeBron James, I understand in a sense, but he's not the original gangster. The original gangster is Bradley Beal. He was the only other guy that has a full no-trade clause, and he did it way better than LeBron because he got the money and he got himself out of Washington. But when you look at the Lakers, listen, they have to fix their perimeter shooting. Let's be honest. When you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, you need guys that have to be able to space the floor. That's why you look at Dalton Connect. Even though everyone was talking about Bronny, Dalton Connect is the one that could be a somewhat difference maker from the Lakers because his ability to shoot the ball from three, be fundamentally sound, and defend. If he could do that, if he could be a 13, 14-point-a-game scorer, shoot it 40% from three, you could space the floor with him and Austin Reeves, then the Lakers have a chance. But you're all banking a lot on the rookie, and you're banking a lot on guys to perform better than he did last year.
And JY, I think it's a really good point talking about what the Lakers' ceiling is right now, a 15-1 price for LA, sixth best in the Western Conference, $2 behind Phoenix. But from the Suns to the Dallas Mavericks, there's over $8 of difference. Dallas at plus 490, Phoenix at 13-1. Now we flip our attention to the other conference. In the Eastern Conference, the big news yesterday, Donovan Mitchell signing a 3-year, $150.3 million extension to remain in the land. There were some questions in Cleveland after firing J.B. Bickerstaff when the Cavs were bounced in the second round by the Celtics. What would Spider's future be in the land? They hired Kenny Atkinson as the head coach last week. They re-signed Donovan Mitchell yesterday. What does this mean for Cleveland and Donovan Mitchell's future trying to contend for an Eastern Conference crown?
Well, number one, he signed a 3-year extension with the ability, I think, to make a 5-year Supermax again in a couple of years. So he kind of did like a medium-term deal to get long-term security down the road. Simply put, he's not going anywhere. I think he honestly, Ben, I think he looked at the hiring of Kenny Atkinson and he looked at Kobe Altman, the GM, and said, what are we going to do to improve this team? Now, obviously, with Donovan Mitchell coming back, you squarely look at his backcourt mate, Darius Garland, who basically said at the end of the season, if Donovan comes back, I want out. So let's see what happens in regards to Darius Garland, who is another clutch sports guy. Let's see if he gets moved. And then you go to the center position with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. You know me, guys. I've been back and forth on this. But when I saw that Game 5 performance out of Evan Mobley, I saw enough. You could build this team around Evan Mobley and obviously Donovan Mitchell. You could then use the other two guys to address some of your other deficiencies. I still think, I keep saying it, Brandon Ingram for Jared Allen. Make the trade. It works for both teams. New Orleans needs a center, and then you can put B.I. as that power forward, stretch four. Cleveland, yes, they're still behind a bunch of these teams in the East. I do think that they are probably better than Miami. We'll see about Orlando. And in regards, really quick, Indiana 30-1. I feel like this is gross disrespect for a team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Granted, they can't defend worth a lick, but if they figure out their defense, man, and they can score, that is a value at 30-1 right now.
Eighth best price in the Eastern Conference for a team that, yes, was swept by the Celtics in the ECF, but maybe, even though it was only 4 games, gave Boston its best test throughout the NBA championship winning run for the C's. We'll look at some of the best remaining free agents still on the board. If there are any, even just 3 days in the NBA free agency, and JY's early predictions for next year in the association. That comes away next here on SportsGrid. So, JY, you've made mention of this as it pertains to LeBron James signing his 2-year, $104 million max extension. That maybe he signed the max and took up all the money because there's not really anybody else out there for the Lakers to ink a deal with. We saw some other moves yesterday on a Tuesday afternoon following Donovan Mitchell signing the extension in Cleveland, and in between the hours of this Wednesday morning when LeBron James signed that max contract, but nothing truly that moves the needles. The Warriors signing slow-mo Kyle Anderson to try to fill the gap of Klay Thompson. As you look at the remaining available free agents, who are they? Who would pay the biggest dividend to a new organization?
I mean, you got to look at, maybe DeMar DeRozan, who, has obviously been a capable scorer for a long time. You got to look at Miles Bridges, which I don't think he's re-signed yet with Charlotte. So he's somewhat intriguing because, before his legal issues, Ben, he is a stud. Shoots the ball from three, drives it with reckless abandonment, can rebound. That's someone to look at. Caleb Martin from Miami, looks like he's probably leaving as someone to look at. A guy that I've always loved, if you need a backup point guard, I'm a huge Tyus Jones guy. I thought when he was at Memphis, he was the best backup in the NBA. Now he's obviously a free agent as well. So let's look and see what someone like Tyus Jones may want to go. But those are the top 3 or 4 guys. Maybe someone also like an Isaac Okoro, who at times has looked like he's taken the next step, just hasn't been consistent yet in his career in Cleveland.
Let's take a look at some picks here coming up for 2024, 2025. And again, we'll get to the champions in just a moment. Let's go Eastern and Western Conference here. The Boston Celtics are the favorite at a plus 145 in the East. OKC at a plus 370 price in the West. Are we going chalk with both of those conference winners or maybe somebody down the list?
Well, I'm not doing it because our guy Shamesy is basically done with us, but I'm going to go chalk in East. I'm going to go chalk in East because I think the Celtics are that much better than everyone else. Guys, in the West, I just think what Oklahoma City did, when you looked at them, there was 2 things I thought was a concern. Perimeter defense, a lockdown defender to go along with Lou Dort, because I think you need 2 in the league, and rebounding. Well, they go get Alex Caruso, who's the ultimate nails and glue guy, could come off the bench, shoot 40% from 3, and is a great defender. And then you get Hartenstein with that 3-year, $87 million deal, who shores up the rebounding and allows, Chet Holmgren to be that weak side shot blocker. To me, in the West, I think it's the Thunder time, and I think it's now.
So you're going chalk in both areas, Eastern Conference, Western Conference. OKC now the favorites, Jay.
They
You know
passed
that.
them. They passed them. That's on me. I went chalk, yes. I'm a teacher, so I'm a chalk kind of guy.
Yeah. Damn right.
This is the same guy that tried to tell me Kentucky was a sleeper in the NCAA tournament a year ago, so I would not put it past him. And JY, I will give you credit, though, because the Thunder, although chalk in the odds, not exactly the chalkiest team that has won multiple Western Conference titles, even played in a Western Conference Finals with this group, with this core, but they're led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Can SGA win an MVP award next season?
Yes, and I think you're going to be talking about SJ being possibly, ready, the best player in the world. Now that he's got Caruso and he's got rebounding help and he can push the break, he can really do it in all 3 ways. He can score from 3. He can hit the mid-range game. He can take it to the rack. Good defensively, good teammate, stays out of trouble, rebounds the ball, plays the right way, and keeps his mouth shut. I love SGA to be the MVP this upcoming season.
How about Rookie of the Year, Coach? No chalk needed here. Sar and Risa Shea, plus 650 and plus 750. Are we looking down the board or a little bit more chalk here? Who are we going with?
We're looking down the board, but we're also looking up a little bit. Why so? Now it's plus 750. Come on, this guy's moving markets. Not him, but I'm going lower. Rob Dillingham, a.k.a. Bucket Getter, a.k.a. Get a Bucket, a.k.a. This is a sneaky second team now. And remember, folks, there are times Mike Conley gets hurt. I'm going chalk here. Real chalk, not fake chalk. Rob Dillingham, 15-1. He was 20-1, now 15-1 to be Rookie of the Year.
Do you know what chalk means? I think we're getting our wires crossed here. Chalk is the favored side, so real chalk would not be Rob Dillingham anyway at a 15-1 number. Wild movement in the Rookie of the Year odds. Alex Sarr was the favorite at open at plus 450. Reza Shea, second best price at 6-1. Zach Edey now tied for the second best price at plus 750. Fade away to a holiday weekend, JY. Thank you so much. Hour 3 is up next.